What's going on, everybody? Wanted to film a quick video for you today, just talking about, in my opinion, the best swim bait setup. Just excuse the wind noise. It's very windy here. It's been windy for like the last week, and just wanted to get out here and record this video. And yeah, so we'll jump right into it. I'm going to talk to you about, in my opinion, if you're new to swim baiting, what setup you should use, how you should fish it, all those things. And also I want to throw something out there. If you're new to fishing, you don't have a background in conventional fishing, understanding all your basic bass lures, your colors, your weights, your lines, your knots, all the basic things that takes a good little while to learn, I don't think you in my opinion, I don't think you should be messing with swim baits yet. It's very windy, but anyways, swim baits are very high risk, high reward. Some of them can be very expensive, and that's another reason why I'm gonna give you this option right here as a beginner swim bait. So you're not losing a lot of money on hard, treble hook baits, custom baits, wake baits, glide baits, whatever they may be. If you lose this right here, you're only out of maybe $10 total. That's hook and bait. So, and also it doesn't get hung up much. But yeah, so thank you for tuning into this video. Hopefully I can, give you some advice and help you if you're new to swim baits. You understand bass fishing, you have a background in it, and you want to get into swim bait fishing. This is a great option right here. This is considered a your best beginner swim bait, but I throw this swim bait all the time. Pretty much always have it. Not pretty much. I always have this right here rigged up in my kayak. You can fish it anywhere, any kind of cover. Because this swim bait here will talk about a variety of retrieval speeds, variety of water columns. Yeah. So anyways, let's get into it. The best beginner swim bait is going to be that 6-inch size, and a boot tail. That's like your mag draft freestyles. This is a dangerous swim bait, which I prefer over the mag draft, and the reason is I can fish this at a variety of retrieval speeds, and it's also a lot more durable than the mag draft. And I really love this. Goodness, I'm sorry about the wind. It's blowing my rod off the table, but I really love this blackback shad color. That's what color this is. And anywhere from as clear as you can fish all the way to, or as clear water as you can fish, all the way to moderately stained water. Even though it is a natural looking, it's got the translucent, it still has that dark back. Like I said, it's called blackback shad. It's just an awesome bait. I actually caught an 8.5 pounder, which was my biggest fish this year. Came off this particular bait right here, same setup and everything. So yeah, go ahead and get you some of those. You can also throw it on like a jig rod, or like any of your flipping sticks that can handle that up to 1.5 ounces, or that rating. Especially with this beast hook style, it's okay to have a really stout rod. You don't need super parabolic or anything, since it's not a treble hook bait. So yeah, you can really jack them on a like I said, a heavy jig rod, flipping stick. If you already have that, I would suggest just throwing it on that. Don't even have to go get a designated swim bait rod yet. But if you're going to be trying to get into more swim baits, treble hook baits and stuff, I would suggest going and getting this whole setup right here. It's worked for me awesome, and it's the only swim bait setup I need. You could throw a 200 or a 300 size reel. This happens to be a 300, but if you have a 200 that you want to use, go ahead and go for it. This is a 6.6 to 1 gear ratio. I think that's just the perfect retrieve speed for a variety of baits. It works great on these soft baits, and yeah, it works awesome. The Dobbins 795, it is parabolic, but this isn't a big boot tail, so it still has plenty of backbone to drive the hook on this. If you were going into your 8-inch HUDs or something like that with a jig hook, you might want to look at a little bit less parabolic of a rod, but it absolutely works fine for this. Like I said, caught a lot of big fish on it, running this exact setup right here, and it works just fine. But 20-pound fluorocarbon, and then this is an owner beast hook. When it comes to these twist lock style swim bait hooks, I've tried different ones. The owner beast hook is just the way to go. The only other exception to that is if I can't find any of these for some reason, I guess get the Owner CPS, the centering pin system, which is their twist lock. It's the best one on the market. All the other ones suck. I feel like I'm sponsored by Owner. I know somebody from Owner's not watching this, but if you are, you know what I'm saying, send me some free hooks or something. But they're just a great hook when it comes to these baits. I tried some different ones. I had a couple when I used to fish the mag draft freestyle a lot, and a couple different soft baits. You'll get like a pull the nose out, or you know, just whatever. They just work. With this bait being a 6-inch, the 6-inch dangerous, or the 6-inch mag draft, whatever you choose, like I said, I would say go with this one, because you can fish it at a lot of different retrieval speeds. If you're fishing, you know, a little bit fast with some of the other soft plastic swim baits, they won't have that action that you're looking for. And the action that you're looking for is you want that head to do that, whatever. But anyways, you want that head to do that, and you want that tail to be kicking as well. And that's the action that you want. And with a lot of soft plastic baits out there, they'll do that, but it has to be at the perfect retrieval speed. This one, you're not gonna burn it as fast as you can, but you can fish it pretty fast for a soft plastic swim bait, and you can also slow it down, and it maintains that good action. And I think that's another thing that's really important for a beginner, is it's really hard to fish it wrong. You may not understand the perfect action, the wind or the current, whatever it is, and you can still, you know, get the action that you need out of that bait that gets the big fish to go crazy for it. And like I said, that's that head. Whenever you put it in the water and you wind it, you'll see when it's up shallow, if you're just testing, you'll see that when that head's shaking and that tail's kicking, that's the action you want. And with like your mag draft or whatever, they do catch fish. I've caught plenty of big fish on a mag draft, you know, as well, but it's a 1-speed bait. If you get out of that 1 speed, you know, whether it's a little too fast, it just wants to roll over, and it just loses its action. So just right here, can't beat it. What else? Yeah, Owner beast hook. Oh yeah, a 6/0 or an 8/0 Owner beast hook will work. This happens to be an 8/0 just because I am throwing it on this swim bait rod, and I want to have the 3/8 ounce. Anyways, I want to throw it on the 3/8 ounce size hook, or 3/8 ounce weight on the hook, excuse me, just so it helps cast, and that helps, you know, on this rod a little bit. It can definitely handle the heavier weights. If you're throwing this on your jig rod or a flipping stick that's not, you know, rated as high as this rod, this is like a 1 to 5 ounce rod. It's not a 5, you're not going to throw a 5 ounce bait on it. I think that's a lie. But anyhow, go with that 6/0 1/4 ounce. Yeah, that way it's just not as heavy, and you're still going to get, there's plenty of hook, and there's going to be plenty of action on it. The 6 and 8/0 size difference is very small for Owner. Now if you jump up to a 10/0, the thing's like a lot different. But between, everybody's revving their engines. They know I'm over here trying to make a video. But the jump from the 6/0 to the 8/0 is not that big in the hook. So either one will work fine, either a 1/4 or a 3/8 ounce. And you're going to get a great action out of this bait. It's going to cast amazing. It's a soft plastic bait, so it doesn't really catch a lot of wind, and it shoots like a missile. I rig it up, like I said, 20-pound fluorocarbon, 300 size Curado. You can use a 200 size, 300 size, 400, 500, 600, I don't care. No, I'm kidding. 200 or 300 size reel, 20-pound fluorocarbon. This is a Dobbins Fury 795. It says it's a 1 to 5 ounce rod. If you're looking for a beginner swim bait rod, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out here. It's awesome. But it's really more like a 1 to 3.5 ounce rod. You're not gonna comfortably throw 4 or 5 ounce baits on it. I have a couple baits that are like 3.5 and 4, and it feels a little bit underpowered for that size of a bait. But anything in your 2 up to 3-ish, and there's a lot of good swim baits in that range, it handles just fine. So yeah, take this in mind if you're new to swim baiting. You want to throw some swim baits, you don't know where to start, you don't want to lose a lot of money or spend a lot of money to start, you just want to get the hang of throwing a bigger bait. You can throw this thing around any kind of cover, whether it be rocks, wood, docks, laydowns, brush piles, grass, whatever. This thing comes through it just fine. You're not going to get hung up much, so you're not going to lose a lot of money, and if you do, you're not out of a lot of money like some of these expensive swim baits, which I think are unnecessary to begin with, but that's a whole nother topic. My personal opinion, it's the best. beginner swim bait that you can throw is a good boot tail, soft plastic in this size. It catches big fish, bigger fish, but it also catches you some numbers. You can easily catch 2-pounders. I've even caught some, you know, fish under 2 pounds, plenty of fish under 2 pounds on this. There's been days where I've caught 10 plus fish right here, same bait, everything. So several days where, like I said, I've really caught a lot of numbers on it, but I've also caught, you know, 8.5 this year, caught I don't know how many fish over 5, 4, whatever on this bait. So give it a try. If you don't have this in your arsenal, whether you're trying to fully get into swim baits or not, I would suggest definitely checking this out. Like I said, if you don't want to get the full swim bait set up and everything, throw this on a heavy jig rod, throw it on a flipping stick, and yeah, it's definitely something everybody should know how to fish and should try out. So thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you learned something from this. It definitely is kind of hard to look at the camera for me now and say everything I need to say. Pretty sure I'm leaving some things out, but I think I covered the gist of it and got my point across with the hook, the bait, 20-pound fluoro, can't go wrong with that. And yeah, so try this out. Hopefully you'll catch some big fish on it. Thank you for watching the video, and peace out.